Elon Musk, he's still talking about Disney. He's still talking about Disney.
Hey, Bob.
Listen, man, I got some theories about this, all right? But we're going to listen to what he had to say, and then we're going to discuss my theories behind this. So as you know, Elon Musk has been going after Disney for a while now, but he's really amped up his language the last few weeks, especially with the advertisers. Did the whole go F yourself. Hi, Bob. He's been taking a lot of shots at Bob Iger, and it's been pretty glorious to watch. Well, he's taken it to, I think, another level right here with his latest comments, and we're going to listen to them right here. So let's listen to this.
If we're going to fight the woke mind virus, then the woke mind virus will fight back. And unfortunately, Disney is deeply infected with the woke mind virus. In fact, if you ask an AI, what is the most woke company on earth, it's Disney.
Really?
You know? But, and you have to say, I think they should be asking themselves, what would Walt Disney think of Disney today? I think he's turning in his grave. I think he's not happy.
Sure.
You know, if the namesake of the company is not happy, that's probably a bad sign, you know? Because Walt Disney, what did he care about? He cared about bringing joy to people's lives. He making wonderful things that children and families could enjoy. He created some of the coolest, art in the world, and stuff that even 100 years after it's created, we still remember it. And it's still a major thing. But you have to say, how great was Walt Disney? He was amazing. But now, Disney, at least for now, is deeply infected with the woke mind virus. I think that will change over time.
Yeah, I hope so.
Listen, here's my theory here, all right? And this is just my theory.
Allegedly.
Because Elon Musk, he doesn't just do things just to do them. Like, he's usually got a method to his madness.
I know.
We started to see him started to talk about Twitter.
Yeah.
And how Twitter was falling apart, and how Twitter had lost the plot, and how it had been overrun with wokeness. I'm not saying that he will outright buy Disney.
Allegedly.
But we do know Disney is a publicly traded company. I think Elon Musk, I think there's a potential that he could get involved. Now, we know we've got this whole thing with Nelson Peltz and Ike Perlmutter, and there's a big fight for the board. Is Elon Musk going to get involved in this? I don't think he's saying this for just to say it, to take shots. I think that there's more to it, because much like how Twitter had become the public square, I think Elon Musk understands what most people understand about Disney. Disney carries this incredible nostalgia for people. The name Disney matters to people. The branding of Disney matters to people. It is a historic brand, and it's a historic name that has meant so much to so many people. And seeing what they've gone through in the last 5 to 10 years is completely ruined the reputation of the Disney name and the Disney family and what Disney stood for. And I wonder if he has interest in getting further involved in what he's, what his plan is here. What do you think about that, Jay?
I completely agree. Like you said, we saw that with Twitter, and he would just tweet out little things here and there. And then finally there was that, I'll never forget, I think he deleted it, but there was that one tweet where someone just said, you know what, Elon, you should just buy Twitter. And he like responded with a little laughing emoji. So he had already had plans, I think, from way back. Like, maybe he's good friends with one of the people that are trying to get on the board.
Well, and that's what I was thinking.
These are little jabs that, because he, when he speaks, a lot of people listen. They might not necessarily agree with him, but it does make national headlines.
Go yourself. Is that clear?
Like, he knows this. He knows that if he says, like, go F yourself, Bob Iger, like, he knows it's going to be on like the headline of a lot of like, news, and they're going to play that clip over and over. He could have easily just said, if they don't, no problem. They don't want to advertise me, go somewhere else. So, but he's like, it was like, it seems like he specifically picked out Disney.
Yes.
When there was other people that did the same thing with their so-called boycott of Twitter. And he went out of his way to show, well, they're not advertising on Twitter, but they're advertising on TikTok, which is worse. And they're advertising on Instagram, which promotes this. And they're advertising, like, he just went on and on and on. And you think like the go F yourself would be like, okay, yeah, that was, that's where we are. But no, he keeps bringing it up over and over. So definitely something he's been thinking about for some reason.
Yeah.
So,
and then you've got this story right here with Nelson Peltz. And I haven't been following it too closely, but, activist investor Peltz reignites proxy battle with Disney. Is an activist investor, Nelson Peltz, nominated himself and former Walt Disney executive James Rasulo to the board of the 100-year-old media company on Thursday, his second attempt this year to gain sway over the firm's strategy. Fund management, which owns roughly $3 billion worth of Disney shares, had called off an earlier proxy campaign against the conglomerate in February after CEO Bob Iger unveiled sweeping restructuring plans and promised billions in cost cuts. There's more going on here than we are aware of. Now, again, I don't see Elon Musk just outright buying Disney. Okay, I just don't. I don't see him outright buying Disney like he did Twitter. Disney is a extremely valuable company, even though that value has been hurt recently. But I do see him potentially getting involved with some, shares, with some stuff like that. I don't know if he knows Nelson Peltz. I don't know if there's anything to show that he and Nelson Peltz have any relationship whatsoever, but he's not just saying this to say it. There's a reason why he's continuing to pound Disney and Bob Iger over and over again for their woke mind virus, and then bringing up how Walt Disney would be rolling in his grave and how Walt Disney created this family-friendly content, and he was a genius.
This little fellow is bashful. He's secretly in love with Snow White.
Slaves built this country.
There's more to it, man. I think there's more to it.
They do not want this guy on the board of directors. You have this guy on the board of directors who could literally go out, and tweet out like, what the heck, man? They've been lying about their numbers, about money, about this. We need to change stuff. We need to do this. They're doing everything in their power to keep that guy from getting on the board. So It's like, that's, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but for some reason, and we can only speculate that they don't want him to see something, because obviously, like with all that information that he could get being on the board of directors, like he could definitely spill some tea, or like say we've really got to change things, or maybe find some kind of corruption to completely change the board all around. I mean, it's like who knows?
Interesting.
But yeah, there's
stuff,
something weird stuff, like something to keep our eye on. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how this continues to go, because again, when it was a comment there, but it's like the fact that he continues to do it and then brings Walt Disney into it. That's where I was like, man, I think there's something more going on here. I really, really do. So it will be interesting as we move into 2024, because as we all know, 2024 is going to be a complete and total shit show.